on the computer. So here we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Today, unless you guys have something that you want to share, meaning if you want to share some of your progress with the postcard assignment, then we're going to watch a movie today. And I happened upon this movie quite by accident, but it gives you kind of the history of, since we've been talking about typography and graphic design, how it was done before the computer and how the computer really transformed the way graphic design was done, how typography was transformed by the computer and technology and how that's been done. And since the last lesson was about typography, I thought this would be, I don't know, it's interesting for me because I started my graphic design career in the mid to late 70s. And throughout the 80s and then the late 80s when I came to Cerritos and the computer was developed, personal computer, everything that I had learned in school changed. It changed dramatically overnight, like, you know, just very rapid transition from all these traditional techniques that we used with, you know, T-squares and triangles and French curves and non-repro blue pens and that sort of thing to just being all done WYSIWYG in the computer. So I don't know how familiar you guys are with traditional techniques that date back from they continued through most of the 80s, but at the end of the 80s with Aldus PageMaker and Adobe Illustrator and a few other programs, all of that changed, and especially Photoshop, which is what we're doing. But that was the early 90s that Photoshop came to be. But even before Photoshop, it was very costly to do. Computer technology was taken over. So if there aren't any questions, I'm going to start to play it. And I'm going to stop the recording when I play this. Actually, I'm showing you a still image, which should be okay. But I'm going to stop the recording when but I've made this video available on Canvas. And I'll show you how to access it when we're done. So this is the first image. So this should pass muster when I goes through YouTube to let everybody else know who can't attend today's webinar where this will be found. But if I start to play this and record it, it will probably get blocked by YouTube. So I'm going to stop the recording if no one has any questions or, okay, no? Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause this. So I'm going to pause the recording and then I'm going to play this. And as I said, it's available on Canvas. I made it available. So because I bought this video the other day. Okay, so no questions. No questions about the assignment, the postcard assignment or anything? Very clear. Again, it's pretty open-ended what you can do. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to pause the recording and we're going to play the video. And that will be it for today. On Wednesday, I'm going to cover lesson 8, which covers the vector or object-based component of Photoshop. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to pause. I'm recording. Okay, so we saw a good chunk of that video, but what I want you to be able to see is let me go to the library and see if it's in here real quick. No, not that library. How about discussions, grades, people, syllabus? Let's go to modules. Now I had a video available for this. Oh, shoot. Let's make sure I have the right course. So that could be a good example. That might be where I goofed up. No, we have that. Okay, so that was the last lecture. This would be 10. Oh, it's on Studio. That's where it is. Thank you. Right there. Okay. No, I added the video. Date added. Let's say view all. No. Well, I'm going to add it again. So I don't know how many of you were interested in watching the rest of this, but what was the name of this thing? It was, I don't know. To show you where it was, let me just go back to my account because I did add it to all the classes the other day. So let me go back to courses. And I want to leave student view for a minute just to show you that I did put it there. And let's go to Studio. That's where it was. Hopefully it's still there. Yeah, there it is. Graphic means. That's where it was. That's where I put it all. So why it isn't, and I put it for each one of those. So let me go ahead and move it or share the media. Let me move it. So let me just move it. The destination would be, no, I haven't done that before. So that's not it. So let's go ahead and share it. Share media. Create a public link. Okay. Well, I don't know if that's going to help us. Here's the link. So I'll copy the link and I'll put it in there. Copy. Done. So let me go back to our course. You can watch me do this. Let's go ahead here. Let's go back to our course here. Here's digital imaging. And let me go to modules. And let's go to lecture 10. We're going to go all the way up here, lesson 9, 8. Before we do lesson 8, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this. And I'll put a link to it, external link. And let's put the URL in there. And let's put lecture 10. Let's see if it shows up. Video. And let's add the item that way. So I did add it the other day, and I added it too many times because I thought I was adding it for you. So there it is. Let's go ahead and publish it. Now let's go back and let's see if it plays. There we go. Okay, so that's all I had to do. I can get the other versions left out of there. So I need to go back once again to student. Let's go back to the home page and look at the student view to make sure that you have access to it. So here's the student view, but I got to do that for the other two classes so that there are two classes here. So let's go to Studio, or actually no, let's go to courses and let's go to, instead of Studio, because that wasn't there, let's go to modules. That's where I put it in there. And let's go to lecture 10, there's the video. There it is. Okay, so we're good to go. So I hope everybody can see this. Did I not share the screen or not? Hold on here. Yeah, I am sharing, so everybody can see that. So I'll add it to the other two classes in a minute. So the advanced students, whatever. Anyway, this may be very boring to all of you, but this was a throwback to what I was doing when I first started out. All the tedious paste up and mechanicals and everything done by hand. That's all we had to do. And now you guys are of a different era. And let me tell you, I know that maybe some old timers would say to you, you know what, boy, back in the day, we had to really do, know our stuff and do what we were doing. I have no regrets. I was very happy when everything went to computers. For me, that was a godsend. However, you do have a greater challenge, is that the computer democratizes graphic design and illustration, and it puts it in the hands of way more people. So you have a greater challenge for all of you to outdo the next person, because everybody now has the tools at their disposal, which is a laptop computer, and to do some really great stuff. So that's your challenge with the postcard assignment, is to do something that could be really kind of trite or boring, or something really unique, something that's comes from your imagination. So if there aren't any questions, or are there any questions? We're going to call it quits for today, and I will end this, and I'll make sure that it's added to the other classes, so that that module is added. Okay. Any questions? No? I hope I didn't bore you for the past hour, but as I said, this Thursday, this Wednesday, I will cover lesson 8 in its entirety. And then Kevin, if you're there, you should be finishing up your assignment. And if you want to do the postcard assignment, I encourage you to do that. But the Invisible Man, you should be finishing up, and it should be about done. Okay, we can talk about it more on Wednesday. But in a couple of minutes, or a couple of minutes ago, I have another webinar that I have to attend. So that's it for today. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to end. Yeah, I'm going to end today's webinar, and that will be it. Okay. So I'll see all of you Wednesday for my demo with lesson 8. And I'm hopeful that some of you may have some postcards, even if it's not finished, to show me, or we can have some, I can give you some input. And especially you, Kevin, if you have your Invisible Man, I'd like to take a look at it. Okay? Okay, so bye-bye for this afternoon. Okay, bye-bye.